It's week 2 of The Apprentice UK, and in the opening sequence, Sir Alan is still saying he doesn't want any steady eddies or cautious carols, and I wish he'd just say stable Mabels or prudent prudences instead. There's plenty to choose from. This week, the body clock hijinks begin at 5:30 AM when they're summoned to Heathrow Airport to watch Lord Sugar on TV. It's a bit pointless, and he's telling them they have to design and to produce a new beach accessory. Stella gets sent over to the boys' team. I have no problem whatsoever in whipping these boys into shape. And Shibby wants a big hand, not for his great comedy shtick, but to slap sun cream on his back, which is sort of a bit lonely and tragic when you think about it for too long. But Jamie suggests a bottle towel pillow thing, and Alex says, I would buy Jamie's towel. Well, after he's used it. Disgusting. In the car, he suggests the name Cooley. You know the word Uber? They put the 2 dots above the U. Yeah, that's just fucking stupid. So they try the name Cooley out on the great unwashed of Bognor. Just doesn't work for me at all. I don't know why. No idea. Because it's shit, sir. Thanks for your time. Jamie is feeling good about his contribution, saying, I'm like a champagne bottle who will explode if I don't get it out of my system. Yeah, you'll need a towel for that, mate. Hey, meanwhile, with the ladies, we were thinking of the idea of a waterproof case that you could keep your valuables in. Yeah, well, it's not a bad idea, but I'm pretty sure it's been done. A shame. The girls' other ideas included a vessel with a lid to store fluids in they wanted to call a bottle, and a round thing that you fasten to boxes that makes pushing them easier called a wheel. Although, no kidding, to protect your feet from the heat of the sand, Liz suggests what she calls a foot glove, effectively, which I think is commonly referred to as a shoe. They end up going for a book stand, inspired. Meanwhile, on the boys' team, Chris suggests they dress Stella in a bikini, saying, I'm sure she'll take one for the team, thereby cementing my own prejudice that every man who looks like him deserves to be punched as hard as possible. Stella replies, I'm supposed to be leading you guys? Next morning, with yet more B-roll shots from the helicopter of aerial footage, they've got days of that stuff at their disposal. The products arrive. The boys' towel looks towely, and the girls' consists of 8 knitting needles which fit together to make a catastrophe. It all kicks off. Young team leader Laura decides she isn't getting enough attention and walks out, saying, as a project manager, I should have a right of speech and they're not even allowing me that at the moment. The pitches begin, and Chris starts saying how stylish and cool the Cooley looks, and gets some feedback on that point. It just looks like a rolled up towel to me. Okay, thanks, bye. In fact, let's just mention that you really don't want to be referring to your coolie on any beaches in Thailand, where, as a word, it's still quite a highly offensive racial slur meaning slave, as in the sort of people who'd end up having to make these stupid towels if they took off. Meanwhile, I'm sure people walk into your stores and say, oh, have you got this? Have you got that? Have you got some sort of stand I can put my book on? Yeah. All the time. Tempers and indeed the product itself are fraying. One buyer observes it would blow over really quickly. Damn you, Cassandra, and your insights! Unbelievably, in their next pitch, the clients express an interest in an exclusive acquisition of the book holder made of drinking straws, showing a business acumen far beyond her years. Project leader Laura says, we just think it's a bit early to be discussing exclusivity at this stage. Who could possibly be going in the boardroom tonight, I wonder? In the boardroom, Lord Sugar inquires after the umlauts in the name Cooley and hits the room with some of his best Stan Boardman routines. German connotation, they all grab the towels first thing in the morning. Yes, Lord Sugar, yes. Germans are bastards, aren't they? Wonderful. That'll do a lot for your export business. The girls got 0 orders, so the boys and poor Stella get to go golfing. Back in the boardroom, though, we go from passive-aggressive to plain old aggressive, as Joanna asks, what other ideas were there, Joy? That's right, Joy. I'm using your name, Joy. I own you now, Joy, because, Joy, I'm using your name. Joy. True bedlam breaks out in the boardroom. People are accused of being aggressive, headstrong, and Joy gets lambasted for apologising. Yeah, that was the problem in this task, people being polite. It's like watching alligators fighting over a drowned calf. It's crunch time, and with Laura and Joanna up against her, surely it's a foot glove in for Joy. But crash zoom! Joy, you're fired! Unbelievable! Anyone would think they were making a TV show rather than actually looking for an employee. And so it continues. My only question is, what happened to Stuart Baggs the brand this week? Everything I touch turns to soiled. Sorry, sold. See you next time.